Hello, my name is Mariana, and this is a message for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, as always, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own deck. So the cards that you'll see are from this deck. And Sagittarius, to be very blunt with you, the message that I'm seeing here in your cards, in your reading, is a very sensitive and potentially triggering one. So yeah, I don't know exactly what is the title yet, but you already know the title before I do. So maybe this is like a kind of just a cautious alert, or maybe a warning that maybe this you need some time to settle into the message that I'm about to deliver right now. So okay, now beginning your reading, Sagittarius, I feel like you start off with things in place, with things in order, in a way that all makes sense and it's all under control, right? I feel like there's a lot of, it's like there's a lot of logic, there's a lot of consciousness, there's a lot of stability, right? It's like we start off, or you start off, in a very stable, orderly state of mind, or maybe around you everything is settled and organized and it all makes sense to you, right? But I feel like there is some kind of event that is unpredictable, that is that you are unaware of, and that disrupts, it's like creates chaos, creates confusion, creates this lack of stability, right? And I feel like the aftermath of this event makes you tender, makes you very sensitive, right? It's almost like your skin has been burned, right? So maybe we are talking about a potential accident, maybe just an incident, or you trip and fall, or any kind of disruption to your orderly environment or to your day, right? So maybe this is a warning, right? So that you can, before it happens, it's like you can just pay close attention and maybe minimize the effects of it. So let's begin. We start off with the Four of Pentacles, and this is the card that was talking about stability. So although this card is usually, because of the pentacle suit, meaning it's something that is 3D, or maybe this is something work related, or maybe financial stuff, or something that is, involves some kind of material aspect of your life. But in general, I cannot see what kind of it's almost like this is the construct that you live within. This is your reality, right? This card is talking about the order of your life, the stability of your reality. So this is not talking necessarily about what aspect of your life. It's more like this general point of view of what is your reality, or how you identify your reality. And it all makes perfect sense, right, with the Ace of Swords. But I have to say that when this card came through, it actually, jumped out of the deck with the Eight of Swords together. And so although generally the Ace of Swords is a card of clarity of mind, of following your own truth, and just having this incredible knowing what to do, or it's like following this truthful guidance, right? Listening to the signs, or perceiving the messages and the synchronicities around you. But when this card came and jumped in a very disruptive way, this is why I mean, it's like your reading it's almost like the order of your life is disturbed because of this event, and because maybe something that you felt was under control, or was logically going in a certain way that was following the expected outcome, or was just as it usually goes, right? It's like your day was just going as it usually goes. So it's like when this happens, when the Eight of Swords comes, and it comes in a way that it's like it's multiplying very fast, right? And the way that it's like the way that you lose sense, or you lose it's like it's almost like losing consciousness, okay, the way that it's coming through, especially because of the Six of Swords coming next. But not only you lose stability, it's more like you lose this certainty, or this clarity, or this ability to control things, right? So I'm going to share you this image that is coming through these three cards together, right? All swords, but it's almost like here there is something that, usually the Ace of Swords comes also as a sharp truth, but nevertheless, it is sharp, right? It's like, it's almost like a knife or an actual sword, right? But thinking of a knife, because this is how this card, actually how these two were, like the way that they fell to the ground is like they brought together this image of, if somebody is cleaning up the kitchen, right, and is tidying up things from the dishwasher, or just cleaning up, and is holding together, in one hand. This is how I saw this Ace of Swords followed by the Eight of Swords, holding in one hand a bunch of knives and forks and sharp cutlery, right? Sharp objects. It doesn't necessarily have to be cutlery, just the way that it came through. Suddenly there is some sort of it's almost like if you were calculating everything, if you were taking control of every single movement, right? It's like there is an unexpected part of this equation that you weren't considering. So maybe the floor is wet, or maybe I don't know, there's something that you're not paying attention, right? That you are so aware to what you're holding that you miss your step in a sense, or you trip over something, right? And in this stumble, this is how I saw the Eight of Swords. It's like all of these objects that were under your control, they simply fall apart, right? And these, remembering, it's like these are sharp objects. So imagine if you let go of a bunch of knives and you are falling together with these knives. It's like it can be potentially, dangerous for you, Sagittarius. And I hate to deliver messages like this, but I feel like in a way it's like good, because it's like this warning of like, just be extra careful. And just also as a reminder, I was just reminded of the effects that we are still undergoing, astrologically speaking, in terms of the triple conjunction between Uranus and Mars and the North Node in Taurus. And Uranus brings usually disruptions, right? And we just had the full moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And so, this full moon in Aquarius was also so close to Saturn, and Saturn, usually brings some kinds of tests or obstacles, or things that require our responsibility. So maybe this is like just a call for even more responsibility, right? If you are already maybe taking your control for granted, for instance, it's like, be extra careful with sharp things, or with also, there's something that Uranus rules is electricity or technology, or these types of things. And I don't like to deliver messages like this, but if it's coming so strongly, it's like I feel like somehow, well, it has a point to it, right? Because of this Six of Swords, it's like there is a moment where this chaos will smooth out, right? Will fade away, and you will be taken to calmer waters, right? It's like there is this, it's almost like this spreading of maybe the perception that you had control over things, right? And suddenly this is proving that you don't, right? Or maybe that you have to be more careful, right, the next time. So this Six of Swords, not only it was talking about this fading away, or this a dissolution of the chaos, of the disruption, of it's like the unexpected event that may be harmful or potentially damaging or dangerous, right? It's like maybe this is talking about like some hazard that you're not aware of, right? Maybe you think that everything is settled, but then, yeah. So the Six of Swords also talks about this, it's like losing your consciousness, but also it's like surrendering. It has like this double meaning, right? It's like surrendering. So it's almost like maybe if you have some like minor accident or some incident that you lose your consciousness for a second, right? Or you pass out, or I don't know, something like that. It's like there is this moment of surrender, right? There is this moment of, it's actually, you know, coming through as acceptance, right? As, you know, let this disruption pass through you, right? It's like this is not going to be chaotic forever. So it's like maybe it's coming through as acceptance, right? But after there is surrender and acceptance, there is also, it's like the return to consciousness, the return to your orderly place, your orderly reality. It's like, you know, because this is what you know, this is your day-to-day stuff. It's like this is your home, this is your kitchen, this is like your reality, right? The Four of Pentacles. But after you surrender, and it's like you maybe you lose consciousness and then you wake up, right? It's like you wake up in this state of the Four of Cups, which has a little bit, you know, just because of the Six of Swords coming before, it has a little bit of that, it's almost like that moment that the Four of Swords indicates, where you know that you are exhausted and that you need some time off. So it's almost like you know that you have been through something that was unexpected, something that was you know, maybe very dangerous, but you came to the other side. It's like you came, you know, it's like you survived it in a sense, right? And I don't want to be so dramatic, but it's how it's coming through. So, but maybe, you know, readings have this, you know, the exaggeration just to convey the message. But please, Sagittarius, just take it as, you know, maybe friendly, compassionate warning, not like this, you know, fear. It's not to let you fearful of anything, right? It's just, you know, be precautious, be, what is the word? I forgot the name. It's like, you know, if you maybe know that something could potentially, you know, be out of control, it's like do the best to prevent anything from being more damaging, or anything like that. So I'm having a hard time actually translating this because I'm trying to tone down the powerful words that are coming to my mind, which I don't want to use because they are too alarming, perhaps. So going back to this Four of Cups, which is, you know, the aftermath of, it's almost like you're touching yourself. You are looking around to see the potential damage that occurred during that unexpected event, right? So you are assessing maybe your body, your environment, what happened, and you see that there is, it's almost like you know that this place, this reality, yourself, it's like you are sensitive, you are more sensitive. And specifically this card came with the word tender, right? So maybe, you know, you are going to come out of this with a few bruises or something like that, right? But that is when logic comes back to you with the Knight of Swords, right? It's like after you feel like your body is hurting or like things are, you know, not their usual, right? It's like there is something that is, it's almost like I'm feeling this, you know, heart rate accelerating, right? So it's like there is something that is out of the ordinary, out of usual around you because of this event. So the consequences are now being assessed by you in a way that you are, it's almost like, you know, if this happens, it's almost like, you know, breaking, letting a glass, you know, fall to the ground, and there are, you know, pieces of glass all around you and you have no shoes on. It's like, what do you do first to get out of this situation without harming yourself anymore, right? It's like, how do you collect these pieces, especially, you know, because I'm seeing something falling to the ground, right? This is how these two cards came through. It's like you have to armor yourself in a sense with logic, with reason. You have to be sensible enough and not sensitive, right? Because the environment, maybe your body is already too sensitive, right? It's almost like you have to armor yourself not to let the emotions take over, right? It's like, use your mind, use your reason to assess the situation and see what are the next steps, what you have to do. And I feel like you are not alone in this. It's almost like maybe you let something fall to the ground, or maybe you fell to the ground and you're not alone at home, right? It's like maybe you were alone in the kitchen, but there are others in the house and they're going to hear you, specifically this one, because these two cards also came together, the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So maybe, you know, this is your mother, maybe this is somebody that lives with you, maybe this is somebody that works with you. If not, you know, if we're not talking about something at home, but maybe we're talking at something that works in your workplace, you know, it's like there is somebody there that is going to, it's almost like they see the change in the environment. They see the sensitive atmosphere that has taken place after this chaos, right? And so because of that, they are coming in offering this, well, at first, because this card also came for Scorpio, I believe. If not in the first part, it came in the extended for Scorpio, I can't remember now. But with the Seven of Cups, this card is this warm embrace, right? It's like, it's almost like after you are protected enough, right? Or you are, it's like you are, like you have your mindful ability to look around and, you know, see what happened, right? It's like you have done, it's almost like the first aid kit, right? It's like you have access to that first aid kit, and what they're bringing, it's almost like reassurance that everything will be okay, right? They are bringing a lot of love, a lot of high vibration, that It's like communicating to you that you are not alone, that they're going to help you in any way that they can, that they see the shift in the environment and they are here to help with maybe with the emotional aftermath, right? Because at first it's like you're not letting the emotions take over just because it's not practical to deal with, you know, the first rescue things, right? It's like you need to use your intelligence first. But when they come, it's almost like maybe with them, knowing that they are there, it's like maybe you can, you know, have this cry, you know, out and just, you know, it's almost like exhale all of your emotions that were, you know, tight in your chest, you know, because you had to put very quickly on this armor, right, to protect you from even further harm, right? But when they come, it's like, okay, I can breathe. I can, you know, it's almost like I can melt in this hug because I'm not feeling okay, because a lot has happened that I was not expecting, right? So hopefully the extended part will bring, you know, your it's like your recovery, but we'll see. I'm going to pull more cards for you, Sagittarius, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes. So if you want to join me there in the extended, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Bye.